إذا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. سنبدأ درسنا اليوم مع المجموعة الأولى. طلبت منكن القيام ببعض التمارين. هل أنجزتن التمارين؟ Did you finish this table? Can you show me, sisters, please?
I didn't write it on a piece of paper because I wanted
Okay,
to
yeah, okay.
check first, right? I'll give you the time.
Okay. Today, mashallah, very good handwriting. Mashallah. Okay. نستيقظ. It's correct. نغسل. Yeah. نغسل. نكنس. Like أكنس. The same. تغسل. Just the حركات. Yeah. MashaAllah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Agree, it's right. Yeah. Just here. تكوي. Here. And to my تكوي. Ya. We should keep this ya and we add alif one always. أنتم تكوون. It turns into waw.
Oh, okay.
أنتن تكوين. تكوين. and na. Yeah. هو يكوي. هي تكوي. هما تكوي. يعني هم يكون وهن يكوين.
See, so there is no shadda.
Yeah, there is no shadda. Okay. And here, هم ينامون هن without alif, because it's a bit difficult in to put two sukoons, like, because this long vowel is kind of sukoon, so we can't put them together. So just simply say ينامنا without yana. Yeah.
What about shahad?
يشاهدنا. We have to keep it. يشاهدنا. Because here the haraka of it's not sukoon. So it goes, it matches alif, so it's okay. Just hunna yanamna. And antunna the same. Tanamna. Okay? This mashallah good. So about the others, it's correct. So now you can start with, to be able, easy to memorize them, you start with ana, anta, anti, huwa, hiya. Okay? And nahnu. Then you will use, inshallah, time, and you will learn how to, yeah. Mubina? Okay. Kawa. You don't know how to conjugate this word, yeah? So we say akwi with ya in the end. Takwi, takwina, takwiyani, takwiyani, antum takwuna, nahnu nakwi, huwa yakwi, hiya takwi, huma yakwiyani. So this alif maqsura turns into ya. Yeah? We put it like ya in the end. And with shahada, we say ushahidu. U. So it will become u with all other, like with all pronouns. So ushahidu, tushahidu, tushahidina, and so on. Yeah. This is the last one. So with kawa you can actually correct from alif. Okay. أخت ملائكة. Kawa, yeah? Okay, so it's the same. Okay. The same with shahada, yeah? We say ushahidu. Ushahid. We don't say ashahid because it's a bit difficult in the pronunciation. So we make some changes. So we change this fatha into dhamma to make the pronunciation more easier. أشاهد تشاهد تشاهدين, all with u in the end.
How often is it that we change alif
To dhamma. It depends on the verb, and actually we can see the whole verbs that construct the same way, where we have I'm going to explain to you a bit about this thing. So Malika, you just have to conjugate the verb kawa, and we'll see it now. So you remember when we talked about the verbs, yeah? The verbs in Arabic language. When we have to change a in mudari'a, in the present tense, into u. And the same with all other pronouns, like ushahidu, tushahidu, and so on. So for now, you should remember something with this kind of verbs. Shahada, it's ala wazn, like in the form of fa'ala. Fa'ala. And you remember the verbs in Arabic language usually consist of 3 letters. And these 3 letters, they are huruf sahiha, means the correct letters. They are not, there is no waw, alif, and waw, and ya. Okay? First of all. The second thing is we have to see what are the original letters and what are additional letters. Okay? And the additional letters we add for the verbs, we collect them in this word. We say سميتمونيها سميتمونيها. So if we take, for example, the verb shahada, the root is just shahada, right? Shahada. And it's on this form, fa'ala. Fa'ala. So if it's just tulati, shahada or shahida, better shahida with the meaning, fa'ala, shahida. If we take this verb and we want to conjugate it into the present tense, it goes with the asl, it goes with the a. Ashhadu. Shahida, like ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, to be witness that. Ashhadu. But if the verb is in this form, we turn this a into u. Example. We have the verb qatala. Qatala. So we have here fa al-fi'l. The fa of the fi'l is sha. This is additional. We add it, alif, sa'atumuniha. It's not original in the verb. And the a of the verb is ha, right? And la is da. And as you see, this verb, shahada and qatala, they form the same way, yeah? Just qa here is fa al-fi'l, and ta is ayn al-fi'l, and la is lam al-fi'l. So what we have to say? Shahada, ushahidu, qatala, uqatilu, the same. It will be conjugated the same way. Uqatilu. So all verbs like this, if you have it, you have to say it automatically. You have to know automatically how to conjugate it. This alif, hamza, afwan, a, it turns into u. So qatala, or for example, haraba, it will be uharibu. Mazaha, it will be umazihu. Okay? Example, jalasa, ujalisu. Okay? And so on. All verbs like this. Or if the verb is in let's say this kind of verbs as well. Navama. Navama. You see this verb navama, we have double val. Double val. So it will be, the origin will be navama. Navama. Okay? Navama. but we put shadda, we double the letter to form another meaning of the verb. So when we have this kind of verbs as well, we conjugate the verb with u. So we say unazzimu, tunazzimu, and so on. So if we have another example, like nazzama, it means to organize, to organize. If we have, for example, the verb qarrara, you see qarrara, it's the same, yeah, double R here. So we have to say ana uqarriru, means I decided to decide. So nazzama, it means to organize, and qarrara, it means to decide. Example, another example, harrara, we say uharriru, tuharriru, tuharririna, and so on. There is no such as stable rules, but we just have to understand. There is plenty of verbs we form the same way. So whenever we have the verb in this wazn means in this form, we conjugate, we turn this a into u. And the reason why, it's just to facilitate the pronunciation. Okay? Because it's more easier for the Arabs to say ushahidu dun ashahidu. Ushahidu. Okay? So we just need to pay attention to this. To this simple rule, and inshallah, with time you will get it. So this is how we what's the reason why we change this a into u. I give you just example, but you may face that there are other verbs where for example the a or harak or fatha changes into dhamma. The verb kawa so far, because it happens that in Arabic we have the verbs with alif maqsura in the end, like kawa, like hada, okay, like nawa. Kawa is to iron, hada is to guide, and nawa, it comes from niya, to have intention to do something, yeah? So when we have usually the verbs like this alif maqsura simply turns into ya. Why? Because we can't put, we need to add sometimes the suffixes in the end of the verb, like in the case of anti-takwina, we say takwina, so this alif turns into ya. We don't have to wash it and to say it's a part of the verb as well, just it turns to facilitate as well the pronunciation, because we can't keep it, it has to take this form, because it's in the form of ya, so it turns into ya to facilitate the pronunciation. And actually it's supposed to be, as we are conjugating the verb into present tense, we have to have dhamma, because dhamma is a sign that the verb is conjugated in the present tense. So we say akwiyu, but it's hard to say akwiyu. We take off this dhamma and we just say simply akwi, and we keep it. So akwi, takwina, and so on. So this alif turns into ya if it's alif maqsura, okay? And it turns into waw if it's alif mamduda. For example, da'a, it's to make a dua, and we say da'awtu. It turns into, or ad'u, sorry, in the present. Ad'u. It turns into waw. If it's alif mamduda, it turns into waw. And if it's alif maqsura, it turns into ya. You get this?
Yeah.
Inshallah, with time you will understand this. And why I ask you to do this table, it will help you to memorize, and it will help you as well to understand how to conjugate the verb, because there is no such like a stable rule all the time. Yes, indeed, the rules are working sometimes with the majority of verbs or with the biggest part of the verbs, but not all the time. So sometimes we just have to give some time to the verb and to try to repeat it as many times as we can. that we will be able, inshallah, to memorize them.
Can I just take a picture?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Inshallah, it will come a time when you will start to, because this ilm, because in Arabic language there is a the sciences that are linked to the language. We have ilm al-nahu, the grammar, and it's about rules. It's about to check, and the nahu, it's not about the meaning. Sometimes because we mix up these things in Arabic language, which is not right. Ilm al-nahu, the science of al-nahu, has not that much to do with the meanings. It's about to see the endings of the word in the sentences according to their functions. So if I say acquis, and I would ask you to describe it, acquis al-malabisa, and they would say to you, okay, this is a sentence, and I want you to analyze it grammatically. Okay? Here, for sure, there is so many things together. So many things together. Acquis al-malabis, the meaning, I understand the meaning, so it means that I iron the clouds, yeah? But if somebody asks you, could you analyze for me this sentence? What do you have to think about? You are not thinking anymore about the meanings. No. You will try to analyze this sentence to find out the words and their grammatical function in the sentence. What does it mean? The first thing I have to think about is what kind of sentence I have here. In Arabic, we have two types of sentences. We have jumla ismiya and jumla fi'liya. Jumla ismiya means the one starts with a noun. And jumla fi'liya, it's the one starts with a verb. So if I read this sentence, I will automatically say this is jumla fi'liya because it starts with the verb. So when I deal with jumla fi'liya, I have to find the verb first, and I have to find the fa'il, the doer of the verb, and only then I have to find different elements. What are these different elements? We will see that. But for us, let's find out what is fi'l. Fi'l here is acquis. When I say acquis, I have to say which time it is. Is it the present or the past? And as you see, it's the present, right? So whenever I analyze a verb in the present tense, I have to look for the ending. I have to look for this dhamma. That's the job of the grammarians of Nahu. So I have to say that this fi'l, it's in the present and it's with dhamma because it must be marfu'. Because fi'l in the present tense, it has to be marfu'. But when we speak or when we talk with the meaning, I suggest acquis. Acquis, and that's it. But when I analyze it, I have to mention to the person or to the person who asks me to analyze it that this fi'l is supposed to be with haraka of dhamma, rafa', with dhamma. And they say acquis fi'lun ma mudari'un marfu'. This is the job of Nahu. It's to identify the endings, the declinations of the verb. So it's marfu' bid dhamma. But this dhamma in Arabic language, it can appear on the verb if the verb is normal verb, like astayqidu. Here I don't have any problem to see this dhamma. They say astayqidu is fi'lun mudari'un marfu' with dhamma. So I don't have any problems with it. Kanasa, aknusu, the same. Ghasala, aghsilu, nama, anamu. But when we get to kawa, where is this haraka? So the haraka of dhamma in the verb in the present tense can be zahira. Zahira, it means it's seen. Or not zahira, not seen, like here. But why we don't see it? There is many different reasons. The reason here, ضمة مقدرة. We say it is there, مقدرة. But what makes her to do not appear here is منع من ظهورها الاستثقال. It means that if we will pronounce it, the pronunciation will be heavy. It comes from ثقيل. So if we will say it, the pronunciation will be ثقيل. So we don't need to say that. So we just say أكوي. So ضمة, we don't have it because the pronunciation, if we pronounce it, it will be heavy. So we don't need it. The verb is clear, so we don't need to mention it. So when I say to the person, I show him that there is dhamma, this is the function of nahu. This is the function of nahu. This is the job of nahu. Then I have to look for fa'il. I have to look for the doer. Because as you see here, akwi, it's a verb. But what is al-fa'il? Who did this? In your opinion, akwi al-malabisa. Who did that? Like, who does that? Akwi al-malabisa. It means it's me who does. Ana. But do we have ana in this sentence? We don't have it. So we have to say that fa'il is here. Because in grammar, in Arabic grammar, the fa'il, the doer, has to be after the verb. Okay? Has to be after the verb. So we have indeed fa'il here. But what is this fa'il? It's kind of, it's a pronoun. It's ana. It's me. It's the pronoun ana which is not mentioned in the sentence. And al-malabisa, it's maf'ul bih. It's what I iron, what I do, and what I do, always with declination of fatha, and we call it maf'ul bih. We'll see this inshallah. This is, we saw the meaning, ilm al-ma'ani, and the nahaw is to deal with the endings of the noun, of the words that construct the sentence, and another ilm, we call it ilm al-sarf, wa tahweel. Al-sarf, it's like to change. Sarf in Arabic, it's to change, and tahweel, it transmit. So changing what? Changing the verb. We change the verb in the terms like we change the verbs according to the personal pronouns, right? Like ana akwi, anta takwi, anti. We change the verb in the terms of the personal pronouns and in the terms of the tenses: present, past, and amr, imperative form in Arabic language. And this ilm, we call it ilm al-sarf. We will see it inshallah. But there is the main thing in conjugations for sure is that we have to keep always the roots of the fi'l, the huruf that consists the verb, and we add simply the prefixes for the present tense and the past tense that we will see inshallah later. So that's what we have to keep in mind. Some people would say, you know, I have to know grammar to understand the meaning. Yes, we will do this in another level, like later on, because Nahu indeed, it will help you to understand more the meanings, but not all the time. In Arabic language is a bit difficult. Why? Because the terms, when we give definitions to the grammatical terms in Arabic language, we don't start from the meaning. We don't start from the meaning, but we just see the construction of the sentence. As I told you here, akwi, it's fi'l, and the doer is not me. I don't have it's me. I just say simply, the doer here is me, and that's it. So if I say the doer is me, I just let you know about the meanings. But when I have to do it nahwiyan in grammar, it's like this. We have places. I sorry, don't have. Who has markers, sisters? Imran, give me this one. So let's imagine Nahu, how it is actually in Arabic language, how it is indeed. Nahu in Arabic, it means like this. We have already the places that are provided with harakat. And as you see, we have only 3 harakats in Arabic. Dhamma, Fatha, and Kasra. Okay? So what we do, we have plenty of vocabulary in our minds, right? Verbs, nouns, and huruf. Because in Arabic we have harf, which means preposition, fi'l, and we have ism. Harf, fi'l, ism. So I give you an example. I have here the verb qara'a. I have kitabun, and they have fi, and they have madrasatun. So I have this in my mind. I have to read a book in school. I have this in my mind, but I want to form a sentence. And I want to say, I read a book at school. Okay? Look at the changes. How are you going to say, I read a book? Yes? Kitab? Is it kitabun, kitaban, kitabin? Kitab? Kitaban. Yeah? We change it. Why we say kitaban? It's because it's what I read. Yeah? And then fi madrasatin. Why we say fi madrasatin, not fi madrasatin? This is the grammar. So if you see aqra'u, this is the job of the grammarians, to look for the endings of the aqra'u, kitaban, أو الكتابة, the same. في المدرسة. Why I put المدرسة here? Because المدرسة is definite. I know the school where I read the book, so it has to be في المدرسة. But if it's not noun, it's indefinite, we have to say في المدرسة. But look please in these endings. You see this? This is how we read, how we start picking up the vocabulary. قرأ, the verb in its infinitive form. كتاب, it's in nominative. في, it's just حرف جر. مدرسة, it's nominative as well. When we put the sentence in order to put in their meanings, we do like this. أقرأ كتابا في المدرسة. And then you got the meaning. It means I read a book at school. That's the meaning. That's علم النحو. That's علم المعاني. I understand the meaning. But is it correct if I say أقرأ كتاب في المدرسة? That has nothing to do with that because you don't respect this. So we have already these places. Yeah. So فعل, it doesn't have, these places usually are for the nouns. These places are designed for the nouns because the verb, it's not ma'mul. It doesn't goes with, but it's itself, it's independent. So we either put it in the present, past, or in the, but the nouns, they take these different declinations. When the noun has to take this declination of raf'a, we will see it. It can be mubtada, if it's mubtada, if it's khabar, if it's fa'il, if it's maf'ul bih, and if it's munada. We will see when the noun has to take the declination of raf'a. And we will see when it takes the declination of nasb, when it has to be with fath. When it's مفعول به, مفعول لأجله, مفعول مطلق, and مفاعل in general. Yeah, we will see this. Or تمييز, and we will see this inshallah. And jar, when it's اسم مجرور, or when it's مضاف, for example. So when I understand this correctly, it will be very easy for me to put in the declinations of the nouns. So this is nahw, and as you see, it's like kind of math. It's not the meaning. I don't care about the meaning, but I care here more about the function. But is changing, putting like the noun in the wrong places can impact the meaning? That's right. If, for example, I put Dhamma instead of Fatha, I can change something, the meaning. I can change something, sometimes the meaning, or I can just make no sense things in Arabic language so far. Example, there is one verse in Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءُ. For example, if we change al-ulama with a, the meaning will change. Totally the meanings of the verse will change. One haraka can change the whole meanings of sentence. So we should pay attention. We should be careful about it. So as students, before the Arabs, they don't need to study that. They don't, because they know, they feel. Okay, for example, I want to say this. I just have to construct the sentence, and they feel where I have to put Dhamma, Kasra, Fatha, up to the grammatical function of the word, and he will analyze, but he will never say to you, because it's maf'ul, or because he feels that. He feels that, but he doesn't. They didn't used to know the rules. But when the rules come into being, because after Islam started to be spreaded, the people, they start to read Quran. They want to know more about Islam. So when they read Quran, for example, they commit some mistakes. So they need indeed somebody who can teach them the rules and to study more about grammar. So grammar in Arabic, we should understand it like this. It's a science that deals with the endings of the words in the sentence, not the meaning, but does Nahu help us to understand Quran? It does. So when we put together these two sciences together, Nahu and the Ilm al-Ma'ani, or the science of the meanings, and the Ilm al-Sarf wa al-Tahweel, or the changes of the verbs and so on, if we understand all these sciences together a little bit, so it will be much more easier for us to have access to Arabic language. But it will come, inshallah, in next level. I just give you this idea to have a small idea about what grammar means in Arabic language, which is not the same, for example, as in your native language or other languages that we are learning, because we simply make a definitions of the grammatical terms starting from the meaning. We say, who does the verb is fa'al, so it doesn't matter which declination would take and so on. But so far, Latvian language, it's a bit similar to Arabic, so we can make a picture. I didn't see that. It's
I think there's about 20 minutes left that
yeah.
we want to dedicate.
Yeah. So we will, inshallah, try to finish here today with you. I will give you some materials for next, some tasks to do now, and we will continue, inshallah, next time. But I want you to do something for next time. I want you to write about your daily activities using these verbs and yes, as a homework, yeah. But use almost the verbs and the times when you do this, yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess I missed. Did I have the copies for me? Could you please share this one and try to do this task? Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Are you ready for the test, sisters? Yes? You're ready? Okay. So what you have to do first is that you have to take a white paper, just white, and but don't cheat, please. Okay? So you write the members of family that we study. But please try to write them by yourself, yeah? Like you write Usra, Usratun first, yeah? And you write the members of family that we studied. Okay? You have 5 minutes to do that. Okay? Sister, did you have, I gave you last time this?
Right.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So this usually it's kind of the conclusion of what we have done.
Right.
Yeah? So it's very good to write this. Try actually to write this paragraph as I told you. It would be good if you write it now.
Right.
You check it.
To write.
Yes. To write this about your daily activities.
Okay, because while I'm here, I want to explain what you
Say it to them. Okay, then you can write. So I just want to explain here one small thing. It's very easy.
Yes.
If you go here, second one. You know, in Arabic as a tense, we don't have future. We don't have the future.
Yes.
Yeah, but we just add sa
Yeah.
plus the verb in the present tense. As you will see here, that's the future. We put sa or sofa, sa or sofa as well. Okay, if you put sa سأفعل, I will do. Yeah, سأفعل, ستفعل, ستفعلين, or we can say سوف أفعل. It's the same. It's the future. But in Arabic as well, we use the present to talk about the future. Yeah. If there are elements that shows its future. غدا مثلا أستيقظ الساعة 7 صباحا, which means tomorrow I wake up at 7 o'clock. So it means we can use the present tense to talk about the future as well. But if there are elements that shows that it's future, for example, العام المقبل, next year, أسافر إلى اليابان. أسافر, it's like the same verb like شاهد, it's سافر. You say العام المقبل أسافر إلى اليابان. So if there is elements that mentions it's about the future, so the verb in the present tense is into future. So just because in Arabic we have only 3 tenses, as I said, but future, it's not a tense. Because we just add ça and plus the verb in the present. So it's not a tense because the verb doesn't change. We just add kind of prefixes and we form the past tense. But is it used? It's very important because it's very common in literature, in Quran as well, and so on. Very common. Finished? Can I get your words here, please? And write your names, please. Yeah? مرحبا. كيفك؟ تفضل. هم في المسجد. طلعوا على المسجد. اطلع على المسجد الفوق. وين بيك؟ وين أبوك؟
في الداخل.
في الداخل؟ طب روح المسجد. في سلمان وداود في المسجد. يلا طلعت. اوكي. You finished, sisters? Can I get your words, please? Sorry? You have to write your name, yeah. Yeah, write your name, please. That's it? Okay. ده سنبدأ درسنا اليوم إن شاء الله. نعم. إذا في الحصة الماضية تحدثنا عن الأسرة. We talked about the family. صوفيا كيف أسرتك؟ يا هل هي كبيرة أم صغيرة؟ هي أسرة كبيرة. من هم أفراد أسرتك؟ من هم أفراد أسرتك؟ Yeah, what are the members? نعم. نعم لي والد. ما لي والد. نعم. لي والدة. لي أخ. لي أخت. لي عم. لي عمة. ما لي جد. لي جدة. ما لي عم. خالي. نعم. ما لي خالة. ما لي ابن. لي ابنة. جميل. We'll start with how to say 2, 1, 2, 3 and so on. جميل. جميل جدا. نعم. الأخت تفضل. هل لك أسرة كبيرة أم أسرة صغيرة؟ لا أعرف اسمك. ديزي. ديزي. نعم. لي. جميل. من هم أفراد أسرتك؟ لي والد. نعم. لي والدة. لي والدة. لي أخ. ما لي أخ. لي أخت. ما لي أم. ما لي أمة. لي خال. لي خالة. نعم جميل. لي جد. ما لي جد. ما لي جدة. ما لي ابن. ما لي ابنة. جميل ما شاء الله. جميل. نعم الأخت. Yeah.
Mali or Li. Every time when we just can say Li.
أخ و. Yeah, we can use و. Yeah, it's here. It's to avoid the repetition. Yeah, but you still can say it. نعم. من هم أفراد أسرتك؟ نعم. نعم.
وجد وجدة وخال وخالة وابن لي ابنة.
جميل. نعم. الأخت تفضلي. نعم. نعم. خال. خالة. نعم. نعم. جميل. سوزانا من هم أفراد أسرتك؟
لي أسرة صغيرة. لي والد ووالدة وعم وعمة وجد وخال
نعم. نعم هذا كل شيء. نعم.
معلي أخ
وأخت
وأخت وخالة وابنة.
جميل. نعم. الأخت. You can't?
No.
Okay. تفضلي. نعم. جدة. هذا كل شيء. جميل. Good. So, كم? How many? كم أخا؟ Say كم أخا لك or لك؟ كم أخا لا لك؟ كم أخا لك؟ كم أخا لك؟ الأخت كم أخا لك؟ كم أخا لك؟ لي أخ واحد. جميل. Good. You please pay attention. I will give you time to write down. You pay attention, please. Yeah. What are we going to study today? We're going to study how to use the numbers mentioned in the members of family. Okay. So we start with the number 1 if we have only one member family. Yeah. So you listen, please. I will do with. This is masculine, and this is feminine. Okay. I will do with one example, and we will do with different examples, okay? Now with number 1, we should pay attention. With number 1, we put the number after we mention the member of family, always. So لي with واحد, with 1, yeah? Say لي أخ واحد. لي أخ واحد. We don't say I have one brother. No, I have brother, but he's one, okay? لي أخ واحد. Okay, so with what we have to say? لي عم واحد. Okay, لي عم واحد. Good, you got it? لي عم واحد. جد. What do we have to say? لي جد واحد. خال. ابن. لي ابن واحد. Okay, if we have feminine, like كم أختا لك? كم أختا لك? We say لي أخت واحدة. It has to be feminine. واحد واحدة. So we say لي أخت واحدة. لي أخت واحدة. لي عمة. جدة.
If you finish, why you say واحدة?
Just to mention the declination. But if we speak, when you finish, we put always sukun. So it's okay. But to mention our declination is very, very important. Because we have to feel this stuff. Okay, we have to write it down. We don't study only how to pronounce, But we study as well how to write it down correctly. Because if we say لي أخت واحدة, everybody would write just واحدة with that and that's it. We should mention this. It's very important.
It's just
We have,
because we're Nordic.
yeah. But now we have to write it because واحد for masculine and واحدة for feminine. But when we stop indeed, we have to say لي أخت واحدة. But when I write, I have to mention, I have to put the ta for feminine. It's very important. So I repeat one more time, please. And I want you to hear you all speaking a bit louder that we have to practice. So with feminine. لي أخت واحدة. عمة. What do we have to say?
لي عمة واحدة. لي جدة واحدة. لي
خالة. It's clear here with number 1. We pass to the number 2. Okay? When we have number 2, sisters, don't please mention the number. We can mention it in the end. Okay? We mention it in the end. Mention. We don't have. Nivayaka. Okay, I will explain how we do this. It's about the dual. In Arabic, we don't. It's not necessary that we mention the number because we form number 2 from the word itself. So, walidun, it will become for 2. What do we do? As a rule, we add alif and nun in the end. So walidun will become wa, li, and we add ani. Okay? So we add it. We add this ani, walidani. Okay? Walidatun, walidata, walidatani. Walidata. This is what we add. Never take de by devas, yeah? Walid, ali, yeah? Like you say, for example, braland, yeah? We don't mention the number, never like de, yeah? Walida, tani. So I will say to you the noun, you say please the dual. Okay? Just say it according to the tone we have here in the end. Okay, I repeat one more time. Walidun, walidani, walidatun, walidatani, akhun, akhani, ukhtun, ukhtani, ammun, ammatun. Louder, please. Jaddun, jaddani, jaddatun, khalun, khalani, khalatun, ibnun.
Урок закончился.
Abdurrahman?
Урок закончился.
We finish, yeah? It's finished. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we'll finish, inshallah. Abdurrahman, just 2 minutes, okay? Только 2 минуты. Можно? Можно, пожалуйста. Спасибо. So, خال, خالاني, خالة, ابن, ابنة. Very good. So we say لي ابناني or أخاني or لي أختان. Okay? So this is with the number. Next time, sisters, we're going to see from 3 to 10 the rules. You can make a picture for this in your mobile phone that you will write down later because Abdurrahman said it's finished today.